Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my discussion about writing and how to integrate it in your lives. Okay? How many are writers already? Okay, we got a couple. And now I'm going to say something that I will ask that question again. I want to first tell you that everyone has the ability to write. It is a gift that we are born with. It's as if when you are writing, you are connecting to source, you're connecting to your spirit guides and your angels and the divine. So truthfully, you all have that ability. It's just been dormanted. And I have learned that because I myself am an intuitive writer. I have written over 500 short stories in just a few years, 8,000 poems, 3 novels, 50,000 word novels, all within a few years. When you learn to connect to the gift within your hearts, that is when the magic happens. And the more you live in your hearts, the more you can have harmony, bliss, and connect to that creative vortex, which is never ending. All I need to do is think of one word, see a picture, and bam, I write a story, I write a poem. It doesn't take much when you surrender and trust and pick up that pen and write, okay? It's an amazing, fun thing that everyone should do in their lives because it gives you clarity, it gives you harmony, it gives you a connection, and it gives you something that you could look at and say, wow, I did that. Many times I don't even know the end of my stories or the end of my poems. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's a matter of just trusting. My name is Star Blossom Goddess, and I welcome all of you to this venue. I have a few of my writings here for you to consider, but it's a really fun activity to do, and it helps you to ground in the moment, it helps you to feel harmony, it helps you to make the decisions you need to in your life. When you see it in writing, it helps you to make the decisions, and it's not as frightening. So I hope everyone thinks about it. And today, we're going to do some exercises to kind of move in the realm of opening up your own writing abilities, okay? The hidden gifts that you have within you are a matter of doing certain routines. One routine is to ground. Does anyone understand the word grounding? It's about taking deep breaths. I want everybody to shut your eyes for a moment. Feel the seat that you're sitting in. Feel the clothes that you are wearing and your heartbeat. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Take another deep breath in and see and blow it out. Now allow a golden cord to come from the universe down through your crown chakra. Down, 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 down. Let it melt into your cells and let it go deep into the ground, deep into Mother Earth. Breathe into that beautiful golden rod that's going through you. Breathe in and breathe out. Just feel peacefulness. If the chatter of your mind comes in, you just let it go. And when you ground, you can feel safe because you're in your heart. You are in your heart right now. And you can open your eyes. That is an example of grounding. You can do it in a meditation. You could do it anytime you want. But when you ground, it gives you the opportunity to be freer with your pen. And that's what you want. The next tool you need to know for being a writer is to wash away the judgment mind. Say, goodbye, I am the worst speller, and I am the worst at punctuation. But it doesn't matter, because when you are connected, and when you let it flow, it's magical. It's just a magical experience, because many times you won't even know what's going to come out, but it's going to come out. It's a matter of trust. Trust in your guides, trust in yourself, trust that you are so divine. Every single one of you is divine and precious and have gifts. Why not use them? Okay? So as you're trusting, you will find that words will come. You don't have to worry about what they are, but just write. So we're going to do an exercise right now. Does everyone have a piece of paper that they can write? So this is an exercise that really, really helps when you are trying to get the flow going. When you're trying to get the flow. Go with the flow, baby. Okay, so what you do is take a deep breath. Hold your pen in your hand. And now you're going to scribble. Just scribble. Scribble until words from your mind go onto the piece of paper.
Right now?
Right now. It may sound silly, but when you're not used to writing, what happens is this kind of jump starts it, and it lets spirit or your guides jump in and give you a word or 2 words or 3 words or a sentence, or maybe something will pop into your head about an issue you have. And you can get answers when you start the exercise, because the truth is our spiritual gifts are a muscle. And this muscle needs to be exercised, or it's dormant. It doesn't go away, but we all have gifts, and we all can activate them by little exercises of scribbling. Oh, sunset. A sunset came into my mind, so I wrote the word sunset. Blah, 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 blah. Love, blah, blah, blah. You know, you'll find that when you do this, it will allow you to have a freedom to expand the written word. Then maybe later you could go back and say, oh, I wrote about a sunset. Let me focus on the sunset, and then start to write. Does anyone have any questions? Your goal is to have harmony. And to have harmony, you need to put structure into your life of writing every day. A lot of times you can write and you ask a question of your guides. It's simply a question. Even if you're not experienced with guide work or getting in touch with your guides, or you don't know what your guide's name is, it doesn't matter. They are there 24/7, and they will help you. All you need to do is ask. So, I propose to you, when you have a question, guide, please help me out here. What should I do about, should I go out tonight or should I stay home? You know, simple things, whatever you want. You know, should I buy a Lex or should I buy a Rose? Royce? Blah. What should I, get? You can ask. And when you take the breath is another tool. So we got trusting, we got grounding, and we have the breath. When you take breaths, you can start to get answers. I'm gonna breathe and I'm just gonna trust whatever comes out.
That's divine writing, like you ask it, you'll get answers. I do that all the time, but I don't write it.
You don't have to write them, okay? You don't have to write them, but I am giving you the tool of writing so that you can expand more. The more, when you have it on paper, there's something about its material, and it gives you a launching place. So you might not, you might think it's easy to just ask and get an answer and keep going on in your life. But when you start to take note, sometimes things will filter through that you don't expect. Or it'll give you an exciting thought of, hey, I can write a children's book on this. And then you can start to expand your gift of writing. But it's true, you can ask and not write. But it really helps in one life to get clarity, to get peace, to feel fulfillment. And understand that our thoughts have power. So if you leave the negativity aside, your guides are not going to tell you anything that is going to be negative. They're encouraging. They want to encourage you. They want to really help you. So that's something to keep in mind. An example of talking to your guides is simply, good morning, I love you, thank you. Gratitude is really important. It threads through trust. So you want to say your gratitude, say good morning, and start that process of connecting, whoever you want to connect to. A lot of times when I write, I will say I'm in the mood to write Shakespeare. Well, I'm going to connect to a Shakespearean guide so that I can get that wording. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to ask for a specific thing. Hey, guide, Shakespeare guide, I want to write a soliloquy about a lost love. And I'll, wish I did lose my love. Anyway, so you want to just, keep that pen moving. You all got a colored piece of paper. Did you not? Okay, everyone has one? Uh-huh. Anyone else need one? All right, well, I'm giving you another one then. It's all good.
I wrote on mine already.
It's all good. You gotta roll with it. When you roll with life, you'll find that it's a lot of head. Uh-huh. So here we are. You have an orange piece of paper, or red or yellow, or whatever color you have. And I want you to close, this is an exercise in just feeling the moment, looking at a particular thing, and allowing that creativity. There is this vortex around Earth, the entire Earth. And this vortex is filled with unlimited creativity. Even if you're not writing, if you want to be creative in something else, there's that creative vortex that just needs to be tapped into. Endless stories, endless ideas, endless possibilities. But it's a matter of, again, getting into this place right here. What is this place? Yeah. I can't hear you. The heart. You can't live without the heart, right? But the heart is something that's magical. It's very deep. And when you're in the heart, what happens is you love yourself. There's self-love there. When you're in your heart, nothing matters. Your ego mind can try to get in with judgments and fears and how is this going to work out and am I going to get through this incident or this experience okay? But when you're in your heart, everything's okay. Everything is already okay. So a key to writing is being in that heart. So here we are. Before you is a colored piece of paper. We're going to shut our eyes again. We're going to breathe. Breathe deep. Breathe with focus and intention. Breathe with focus and intention. Breathe grounded into Mother Earth with that golden cord of love. And when I count to 3, I want you to open your eyes, look at the color that you received, and write something. You can write about a colorful object that is that color. You can write about the mood you're in when you look at the color. Whatever you want to write, allow, allow, allow. Because if you allow, magic can happen. And this room is filled with guides wanting to assist you, wanting to support you, wanting to encourage you to write. So 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes and write. If you think too much, then that kind of stops it. It stops the energy flow, it stops the flow of words. And if you start thinking, that's the ego. And you just need to turn to the ego and say, thank you, but no thank you. Thank you, but no thank you.
Thank you for what?
This one?
No, this one's,
Oh,
it's a trap.
oh, it's the same one I? Oh. Okay, it's the same there, the same thing I have.
Yeah.
So let it flow from your heart. Many times when you're writing or when you're asking Spirit to talk through you, it's light. It's not a heavy, strong word that you're going to hear. It's light. And a lot of times people will think, okay, it's not real, or because I didn't hear it strong. But that's just the way Spirit talks. I'm going to give you another second or two, and then you can pen down. How's everybody doing? Good? Good? To get more clarity into being able to write and feeling that freedom. It's really like a freedom when you have a relationship with your pen and paper and your spirit. It's a way to really relax in life and get a jump start on the drama, because life is drama sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. You can choose to reshape it and redirect all the drama that comes in and the ego and everything that comes in, you can redirect it into writing from your heart and getting answers. I'm very grounded and very connected, and I'm able to get answers when I need them. And usually it explodes in a word, and then that word becomes a story, a children's story, or a poem, or something. But the most important thing, if you leave here with nothing else, leave with the importance of being in your heart place, no matter what incident comes up. So we're going to do another exercise. Isn't this fun? We're going to do another exercise. I want you to take, does anyone want, by the way, want to share anything they wrote? Share the color, your color? What?
It's called Eyes. It says, to my surprise, it is our eyes that allows us to see the world around thee. The greatness arises as our energy rises, to expand our love with divine above and come together as light as a feather.
Nice rhyming. See, if you weren't in your heart, you wouldn't have been able to rhyme. It's about being in your heart. It's about connecting. So we are going to take another piece of paper, and now we're going to do something, because as I said, when you need an uplift, you can connect to your guides. But this is an exercise in writing where you write the I ams. The I ams are reminding you who you are. You are divine, as I said before. You are sacred, you are special, you are eternal, you are gifted, you are a writer, you are a dreamer, whatever you want. And I want you to take the next few minutes of starting and listing. I am blank. It's up to you to decide. I am what? And again, if you want to take a deep breath and connect, come on, guys, tell them who they are. I am magnificent. I am dynamic. I am creative, whatever. Okay, so here we go. We're going to ring it again. Okay. Start a writing about I am. Start it I am. These are the I ams. To breathe. Not that you really could, but I mean breathe with intention. I am beautiful. I am deserving. I am a gift. I am not alone. I am kind. Considerate. I am precious. I am loved by God. I love that one. I have abundance. I have health. These are words that can help you in your life when you vibrate them. You want to vibrate them. I am capable of anything. Anything. I am full of vibrational light. And as I stand sacred at the mountain, I feel and breathe in the gift I am, the vibration of dreams that perpetuate my everyday. I am creative, and I shall dance in the magic of the moment.
Love that.
That's like a poetic poem that I would write when I'm home alone. Because as you see, I just let it flow. I let it come out. So, and you can do it too. You can do it, and even if you don't want to publish a whole bunch of books in your journey, you can still use writing as the tool, the magical tool to awaken the senses that you have. In these times, what you want to do is you want to anchor your greatness inside you, but you also want to expand. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so you want to be able to ground it all into some reality that makes sense to you. And that's where writing really helps. There are different ways to practice writing, just for yourself. You can write a letter to your younger self. That's always great. Because in truth, we have an inner child that never grows up. And if you don't start playing and talking and communicating to your inner child, you're going to have stress in your life and you're going to have obstacles. Because your inner child is a vibration, and that vibration mirrors to your everyday life. So if you're not connected to your inner child, that inner child will vibrate a certain thing, and then you're going to have drama in your life. So it affects your everyday life if you don't connect to your inner child. So write a letter to your inner child. I love you. I will always love you. You know, blah, blah, whatever you feel like writing, again, from inside the breath and the heart. And you write a letter, you're going to feel so much better. You can pick a word from the dictionary. And you can take that one word, and you could just write whatever you feel like, just like the color. You take a breath, you open the book, you pick a word, and you write. Like, give me a word.
Freer.
What?
Freer.
Freer? Today I am dancing, freer than I've ever been. Why? Because the sun is shining and the water is flowing, and I'm feeling strong and victorious. I am grateful. And as my gratitude flows like a river, I feel free. I feel free.
Nice.
Okay, so that's an example of taking that one word, thank you for that word, and just expanding on it, not being in fear or doubt or insecurities, because that's going to stop it. And it's just like manifesting. Do you all know about how to manifest? When you manifest, you have to feel the feelings that you already have it and let it go with gratitude, not looking and waiting for it. And, you know, saying when. The same thing is about writing. You just let it flow without it knowing the end of it or anything. You could also, this is a fun thing, write a letter to your favorite cartoon character. You know, Daffy Duck, Winnie the Pooh, whoever you want to write to. It just lightens you up, and that's the key. To be silly, to lighten yourself up, to dance, to just get that energy flowing. Maybe, you want to dance before you pick up the pen and write. Because it is that energy of aliveness that connects you to the beyond and connects you to your heart and allows you to write freely. And you'll be surprised how great the stuff comes out. It comes out. Let's see. Or another thing that's a really fun exercise is to take a book. You take a book from the bookshelf. And 9 is a very powerful number. So you take a book, you open the book up, you pick the 9th word, 9th page, the 9th sentence, and then you write a poem from that sentence. It's fun. It's like it's like on a rainy day and you have nothing to do and you want to expand
Yeah.
and feel peaceful. You play with your friendship of your own self. There is a portal. I can't stress enough. There is a portal with your guides that has full of wisdom. And it's like you are like the waterfall of language if you allow and believe. I'm going to say that again. You are like a waterfall of language if you allow and believe. So I'm giving you permission from now till the next time I see you, you have permission to be free. Another way that's really fun, that has helped me tremendously, and again, you have to let go of your judgment or fear or insecurities. When I'm in the car, I will be driving to music. On comes the music. Da, la, 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 la. And when it comes on, I sing along, but I don't sing like everyone else. I make up my own words. They end up rhyming. They end up, I sometimes get mad at myself that I don't tape it. But, you know, it's exercising that muscle of letting it flow. And since you have to drive and pay attention, it almost forces you to let anything come out of your mouth. And it's so much fun to do. So you could try that. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone?
Star Blossom Goddess, is it okay for me to share one of the ways that I?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Please, because we're all in this journey together.
Yeah, thank you for your generosity. I read a book years ago about the use of using one's non-dominant hand for creative work.
Mhm.
She wrote a number of books about the use of your non-dominant hand. Now our culture, our families shut us down quite a bit so that we don't know who we are. But she said if you start using your non-dominant hand for creative work, that allows those pathways to reopen. So it changed my writing from always very serious and plain to all of a sudden I was just like trying to keep up with something that was making me laugh, or like was holding on to the tail of a horse while it's cantering along, and I'm just trying to keep up. So I find it, since it's not always easy to use your non-dominant hand, to use a big pad so that you can write whatever size you want.
Thank you so much for that. That's a great process. The truth is, I don't know how many people are Jewish in this group, but the Jewish tradition is that you write with your right hand. So even if you're born left-handed, you write with your right hand, period. They put a pen always in your right hand. They just make you become a right-hand person. So a lot of people have the gift of the left hand as well. So they can use the left hand. But again, this is an exercise where you're expanding and allowing the creativity to flow. And there's no reason why you can't get into that flow. If you find yourself saying, oh, I can't write, or this is not working, either you're very impatient or you're judgmental. And it's easy in this world to be those two things, impatient and judgmental. Boy, I'm good at that one. But I work at it. I work on it. I allow it. I feel my blessings. I feel my gratitude. And I use gratitude as a tool too. Before I even finish a poem or story, before I even start, I'm so grateful for this moment, for my breath, for the grateful. And what happens is that also allows the flow. because we're bombarded when we're brought up in a way that is limiting, you know, in our society, we have to find these little tools to break free. It's a matter of us breaking free, and it's a lot easier to break free nowadays. Why? Because the energies are matching. There is a mirror. That's why our thoughts are so powerful. Our thoughts get magnified and come into our lives. So be careful of your thoughts, but at the same time, it is an opportunity to start to move inside your divine form. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you all?
Yeah.
Cool. No yawning allowed, Joe. I'm just kidding. Any other questions or comments or?
What happens if you are judgmental? What happens if that you get caught up in that? Because in a lot of this, the whole first exercise was just nothing but negativity.
That's a really, 3 minutes. That's a really, really great question. That's why the tool is very important. That means that your ego mind is involved. That's what it means. And there's no fault to you or anyone else because the ego loves to jump in. And what I have learned in my spiritual practice is if you say, the ego is like a little kid. If you say no to a little kid, what are they going to do? They're going to do it, right? So you turn to the ego and you say, thank you, but no thank you. Right now, I'm doing this. And you just breathe deep and you ground and you trust. Breathe into the heart and you trust. Remind yourself, hey, if I'm in my heart, I can't judge. It's impossible. So it's a practice of if you're trying to write and it's not working, or you're judging the words coming out, you just, thank you, no thank you. Or scribble. Scribble a little, use that practice of scribbling until you can break free of that habit of that inner little pain in the ass ego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Transcend the physical.
Right, you're doing that. I want to hand this out to you, and I only have 3 minutes. Thank you. Everybody can pass it along. This is just a list. Since I'm out of time and I am doing some other talks, my talk about living life ecstatically has tons of rules, tools to live ecstatically. That will be the discussion later. But you might wonder, why do you have corks? And you were close. My spirit told me to buy all these corks yesterday. And my guide said, it is something you should put on your mantle, put it on your dresser, look at it in the beginning of the day, and remember to uncork your magnificence. Okay? Uncork your magnificence. Today, I'm going to uncork my magnificence. I want to hear it, and then we will have to call it quits. Today, I will uncork my magnificence. All right. Thank you for coming. I hope I see you in the other discussions. And if anyone would like a book, please let me know. And wrote you a little gift. Oh, I love turtles. Good. Oh my God, I love you. Oh.
Star Blossom Goddess.
I know you're from somewhere, don't I?
I was a guest at your house.
Oh, okay.
Your apartment.
Okay. Thought so. Did you put your email so I can connect to you?
Yes.
What's your name?
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
You took my rug.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I hope you'll come to the meditation. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to align your chakras and do
Oh, thank you.
all
No,
kinds
I
of.
mean, I recognize your generosity in the things you're doing today, and that's why I wanted to bring you something.
Oh, you made my day. You really did.
I wish I brought something with sound, but you love turtles.
I love turtles.
So that was a good choice.
Yes, it was a wonderful.